Hey guys, my name's Steve. So I figured I'd give you guys a brief intro before I just jump into everything, just to give you a little background so you're not just like, why the hell is this guy level 27/28 in this video in Pokemon Go already? Like, what's his deal? So my name's Steve. I live I'm from Ontario. I live in a bit of a small town. It's not very big, so it's not very great for Pokemon. Like for a background of Pokemon going in our town, there's at the post office there's 3 Pokestops. It's basically always lit up with lures. In the whole town there's 8 Pokestops. There's 4 gyms, so there's not much. As far as Pokemon spawning, you just get Rattatas and Pidgeys, Weedles, stuff like that. Nothing very exciting. Seen a couple Snorlaxes, Pincers, Scythers. But there is one road, it's called Morris Road, and it's a little dead end road, and right down there, Dratini's spawn, your water Pokemon spawn, it's got a little canal. Tiny little canal, it's maybe 2 feet deep at the start, and gets like maybe 10 feet deep at the deepest. But you get all your water Pokemon spawning there, no Squirtles though. So basically, to get good Pokemon, we got to end up going downtown Toronto to the lakefront. Go down to like near the ferry terminal. There's a whole bunch of Pokestops, and then walk the lakefront near my buddy's place. But now I'll jump into it. So I started out with a whole bunch of evolves for you guys. I figured I'd saved up for a few days. Probably about a week or so. I was saving up all the cool evolves, and then I ended up going downtown, and I got to the point where I could make my Dragonite. And then while I was downtown, I also found a Squirtle spawn, and it's a park that's just full of Squirtles, like up to 8 Squirtles at a time. So I used the Go radar, but we were hunting down Squirtles, so I actually got to a Blastoise as well. I've got a Gengar's coming, so I'll jump into those now. So the very first one I've got here is a Weeping Bell. It started out as an 1122. It's got really high IVs. Its IVs are at 95.6%, and so it's pretty good. I'm gonna eventually power it up and everything, get it all like max straight out. That's gonna be a video coming in the future for you guys, is once I get enough Stardust again. But so he's a Victory Bell. He turns into a 1650, and he's got Leaf Blade and Razor Leaf, which is great. Now the next thing I've got coming here is this Gloom, and he was a 949, and so I'm hoping he turns out really good. He's actually the exact same IVs as my current Vileplume, so he's 88.9%, and he turns into a come on, let's see what he is. He's a 1405. Now I recorded this a couple days ago, so that's why I'm just looking at the recording off here, and then I've got some evolves going in this current episode, like from current time. So we have the Slowpoke. He was a 823, I believe he was, and now let's see what he turns into. So he turns into an 1814 Slowbro. He's got Water Gun Psychic. I'd prefer, the same moveset, but that's still pretty good. 1814 is definitely my highest Slowbro now. Now this Eevee, I'm trying to get Jolteons. I got a lot of Flareons, a lot of Vaporeons. So he was a 779. I'm renaming him Sparky. I've done this in the past where I named him Sparky and I got a Flareon instead. But so I figured I'd try it again, and this time it actually works. And I get myself a Jolteon, and I'm hoping it's really high because I've got no strong electric Pokemon. My Electabuzz sucks, and my Jolteons, I mean, I got a couple in the 1500s, but it's nothing super high, so I was hoping this was really high. Turns into a 1576 with Thunder and Thundershock, which is pretty damn good. I mean, that's a nice high Jolteon. And I've got another one coming here, and this one turns into a 1554, and he's got Thunder Shock, not Thunder, so not as good, I don't think. Next thing we got is Nidorino. Now he was a 757. I already have a Nidoking. He's like a 1200 or so. So this Nidoking is a 1377. He's got Earthquake and Poison Jab. I have no idea how good that is. The next thing I've got is my Dratini. I'm going from a Dratini all the way to a Dragonite because my Dragonair isn't very good. The Dratini's got 86. Where is it here? Ooh. The Dratini. So I got my Dragonair. I don't even see the Dratini or the Dragonite in my IV calculator here. But so the Dragonair turns into a 1223. Now I'm going to a Dragonite next. I've already got a Dragonite, but he's only got like 700 CP, so I'm hoping for something good. And yeah, the Dragonite it's got IVs of 86.7%, so that's pretty good. My girlfriend, who will probably meet in future episodes or whatever, she's almost got a perfect Dratini. It's 15, 15, 14 for its IVs, so that's going to turn into a really good Dragonite, and she's been powering it up as she goes. She just needs to get some more candies to evolve it. So I got a 24-64 Dragonite with Dragon Pulse and Dragon Breath. Now that's pretty good. I'm going to have to power that up because I just don't have the Stardust or the candies right now, but I'm going to be farming them. I'm either going to go down to Morse Road or downtown again. Now the next thing I got coming is a Seal here. And this Seal has very good IVs as well. It has 82.2% IVs. And so that's a 682 Seal, and it turns into a 1316 Dugong, which is, I don't know, it's alright. I'm not going to use it in too many battles, I don't think. I would like to get a better Lapras as an ice Pokemon. I've already got a Cloyster that's better than that, so I probably won't use that. Next is a Psyduck. I was just hoping to get a better Golduck than my current one. Excuse me. I don't really have a good Golduck at all right now, and I'm seeing some in gyms that are pretty decent, so I was hoping this one turns pretty good. He ends up with Psychic as a move, and 1526, which, I mean, it's decent CP. It's not the best move. I'd prefer Hydro Pump. I think I have one with Hydro Pump. Now the next thing I got coming here is the Ghastly. Now the Ghastly, I'm going straight to the Gengar, or right to the Gengar from the Ghastly. It was my highest IV Ghastly. It wasn't that good. It was in the 70s. But the Haunter I already had. My Haunter was only 577 CP, so it wasn't that great. So I was going to go all the way with the 420 Ghastly. And he turns into a 1119 Gengar with Shadow Ball, which I don't know how good Shadow Ball is. I don't think it's very good because it's got 3 power-ups. Then the last evolve from the other day I have here is the Squirtle going all the way to the Blastoise. My Squirtle's not very high CP to start with. He's only a 563 to start, so I'm not expecting like a great Blastoise. I can power that up in the future though. I really want a Blastoise. I think it's a pretty badass Pokemon. So the War Turtle's 905 from 563 Squirtle. I was hoping to get at least 1,000 out of the War Turtle. Now the Blastoise, he gets all the way to 1484. And he's got Ice Beam and Water Gun. I would prefer 2 water moves on a Blastoise, I think, especially with a Hydro Pump instead of an Ice Beam, but it is what it is, I guess. Now, I'm going to jump into current day evolves. I don't have these prepared for you yet in the game here yet, so I'm just going to load that up, and I'll get back, and we'll come back once I get that loaded. Now I've got a Goldeen to evolve here. I've already got a Seaking. I've had a bunch of Seakings. I've sold probably like 6 or 7 of them, but a 600 plus Goldeen here to evolve. I'm hoping it just turns into like a 1300 Seaking maybe. That'd be nice. It's something with maybe some damage. I don't know if anybody will ever use a Seaking. Let's see what he gets. He ends up with Megahorn and Peck. I have no idea, but he's a 1369, so it's decent CP, I guess. The next thing I got here is a Poliwhirl. Poliwag. I'm gonna go all the way to a Poliwrath. I got these candies while doing getting the Dratini's candies for the Dragonite. I also got almost enough to do another Gyarados, so that'll be my second Gyarados. So that'll be in a pretty close episode. Like I'm at like 370 candies. I'll be able to get that in a day. I should be able to get that today, no problem. So the Poliwhirl is an 826. Now let's see what he turns into. I've already got a couple Poliwraths. One's almost 1900 CP. This isn't like it was only a 478 Poliwag. I'm pretty sure I've seen better. I just didn't have any when I went to go do this evolution. I can always power it up if I like the moveset though. I don't really save all my Stardust. I've been saving it now to do an episode for you guys. So he's a 1588 Poliwrath with Ice Punch and Bubble, so I'm probably not going to end up using him. I won't transfer it yet though. Now I got a Pikachu to evolve into a Raichu. Now, I don't have a Raichu yet, so I'm stoked about this one. I hope it turns out something really good, because I want a good Raichu. I mean, who doesn't want a good Raichu? It's a badass Pokemon. I'll put some Stardust into this thing if it turns out with a good moveset. I got this right down at the ferry terminal. It seems like a Pikachu spawns in the exact same spot over and over again all day long, so I just kept keeping an eye out on that on Poke Radar and grabbing it every time it spawned. So I got the Raichu here, and he is 1031 CP, but I can power him up a lot, but he's got Thunder and Thunder Shock, so that's pretty cool. So that's basically it for this episode, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Any suggestions? I mean, feel free to give me all the suggestions you got, everything, because this is my first episode or first video. So yeah, give me any tips you got, everything like that. All the help's appreciated. Yeah, just take it easy, guys.